I got asked a question that I think is a little weird, but I'm going to answer it the best I can anyway. I got asked on my YouTube channel by someone looking to purchase arcade sticks, trying to choose between two arcade sticks for their money, for like a cheap and like maybe starter slash small stick, if they should go with the Xbox One 8-bit though, I'm sorry, the Xbox Series 8-bit though arcade stick, or the Fighting Stick Mini. Very strange question, because these occupy the lowest spot on the market in both of their respective consoles, right? But if they're asking me this, then they're asking as a PC player, because these are opposite consoles. These are not for the same console, but they both work for PC, right? So we can come to a middle ground and talk about them from a PC player's perspective. What are the pros and cons of each? Well, we'll start with the Fighting Stick Mini. Pros: it's really small. It has a full-size layout, just like any other arcade stick, but with smaller buttons, and it's really easy to carry around. If you're going to locals, if you're taking it to a friend's house, if you just like to have your arcade stick with you when you travel, when you go anywhere. Smallest arcade stick on the market. That's reasonable. That's not like the fighting stick, the Street Fighter 2 little world's smallest fighting stick, which actually works. But other than that, cons: non-replaceable parts, no cable compartment, non-detachable cable, no headphone jack, right? But if you can get over those things, if you don't need those things specifically because you're on PC, what up, Yuri? If you don't need those things specifically because you're on PC, you have to think about the price. This is a $60 peripheral. So $60 for all the pros and the cons, right? Now let me get the Xbox 8-bit stick. Xbox 8-bit stick. Pros: full-size buttons and full-size lever, right? This lever's a little strange, because to change it out, you're going to have to learn how to solder, change some connectors on the board. There are some connectors over there you can solder wire to one time, or get a friend or an electronic shop to do it, and then you're good to go, and you can swap this out for a Sanwa. No problem. A Hori, Calm Gravity, doesn't matter. Standard buttons with standard button connectors that you can pull out. And then this is basically a fully replaceable moddable stick like any other full-size arcade stick, while only being about $110, $120. Pretty good. The headphone jack is potentially wireless if you don't get a dud unit like me that actually doesn't work wireless for some reason. But it's pretty lightweight, still pretty small, fits in a bag, no problem. But feels closer to a full-size arcade stick than something like the Fighting Stick Mini. Cons: you have to solder to it at least once. If you use it wirelessly, it's got a battery in it that you have to recharge, not a battery pack, not like rechargeable batteries. Doesn't have a cable compartment, but is easily the most accessible arcade stick because of the fact that it's so cheap and it's wireless when it works, if you have a working unit, and it has the detachable cable anyway. There's so few cons about the stick. Honestly, the only real con about this stick is the fact that you have to change out the connector if you want to have standard off-the-shelf lever, right? If you want to change this for a Sanwa, a Hori, Samitsu, you need to change this lever because on the inside, the connector isn't a normal 5-pin to 5-pin like JST style connector. If someone asked me which of those two specifically to get, if you're a PC player and you ask me which of these two to get, whether it be the Xbox One 8-bit arcade stick or the PS5 Hori Fighting Stick Mini, I'm going to tell you to get the Xbox 8-bit arcade stick if you're not explicitly looking for console compatibility and you don't care. This is probably better. It'll go a long way. It'll go a lot further away because you can change out these buttons. It's got a sturdier body. It's still relatively small while having more weight on it. It can fit on your lap while you don't just have to put it on a desk. And if you know one person or you have an electronic shop around that can solder a 5-pin to 5-pin connector, you can get that 5-pin connector soldered to the board, and then boom, you're good to change this out to any other lever you want, really making this more customizable. Making this more customizable. Okay, I can't speak right now. My words are missing. But if you're a PC player, I think there's a third choice. I think if you're looking for the best of both worlds, if you're not looking for a wireless arcade stick, but you're looking for a small and entry-level starter stick that has all the amenities you need, being customizable, being small, having some amount of weight to it while still sitting on your lap well, and here it is. Instead, get yourself a Mayflash F101. In this, if I open this up, on the inside, there's a 5-pin to 5-pin header on the motherboard. So all you have to do is take out this lever, use the 5-pin to 5-pin to put yourself on any stock Sanwa, Hori, Seimitsu, Combo Gravity you want into that spot. It also lets you adapt Korean levers if you have adapters for that. These buttons are the same sizes as, once again, traditional arcade stick buttons. They will work better when it comes to replacing them because there's no housing under here. It's just straight plastic. You pull that out, you put the new one in. There's no metal plate underneath. It still feels sturdy enough. Right? If you're going to ask me between those two, then I'm going to tell you the Xbox 8-bit or arcade stick free. But if you're asking for a cheap arcade stick recommendation on PC in general, I'm going to tell you the Mayflash F101. There's no reason for you not to pick this up. Thanks. Mayflash doesn't sponsor me or anything. No one sponsors me. So if you guys want to help me make the money, you guys can hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below any of your other arcade stick related questions, and maybe we'll get to them on the channel and make small videos out of them to make some more dinero as soon as I can get to 1K subscribers. So share this with a friend too, don't you forget. And this has been Beanie Thuggish talking about the differences between choosing the Hori Fighting Stick Mini or the Xbox 8-bit arcade stick, choosing the Xbox 8-bit arcade stick, signing out and saying peace.